for a championship!
A double play wins it for Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKinnon's on touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Roselle wins it. The championship.
Welcome back into the Lions Den here at Roselle Catholic High School. It's the big one we all been waiting for. A top 10 matchup between St. Rose and Roselle Catholic here in the Hearts to Hands Showcase on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. I'm Kevin Connolly, joined alongside Jimmy Whalen. And Jimmy, this is the big game that everyone had their eyes on coming into today's event.
Definitely, and it shows as I think we have close to a sellout crowd here in the Lions Den. Both these teams incredibly talented in terms of their athletic ability and their ability to put up points. Roselle Catholic ranked number one in the state. They have several D1 commits, including players going to Duke, UNC, and they have had great program history and their history of high school boys basketball. And overall, this matchup is probably the most anticipated matchup between in all of the games in this showcase tournament this afternoon.
Roselle Catholic starting lineup being introduced right now, and we'll give you a little sneak peek at what it is. It's Sebastian Robinson, Simeon Wilcher, Mackenzie Mbako, Akil Watson, and Rich Briscoe. This is a Roselle Catholic team that is undefeated against New Jersey competition so far this season. Lions have struggled against some out-of-state foes, but St. Rose, 14-1 on the year. They did lose their first game on the road against Manasquan a couple of days ago. Now they're back on the road here to face the Lions of Roselle Catholic, ranked number 1 in New Jersey. St. Rose ranked 7th in the most recent NJ.com top 20 poll. 2 games in the books still. This one plus one more to come. Our next game is St. Benedict's against Gill St. Bernard's. Already had victories from St. Joe's Metuchen against Roselle High School. And then our last game was a good one, a top 20 matchup that saw the Linden Tigers be defeated by the Ramapo Raiders. Once again, starting lineups here for today's matchup for Roselle Catholic. It's Robinson, Wilcher, Mbako, Watson, and Briscoe. For St. Rose, it'll be Matthew Hodge, Evan Romano, Peter Morrow, and then in the front courts, they'll have Gio Panzini alongside Brian Elberling. And we're off and running here inside the Lions Den. Roselle Catholic wins the tip, and off we go. Roselle Catholic wearing white, St. Rose wearing black. Some St. Rose students have made the trip up the Garden State Parkway here to Roselle Catholic for today's matchup. Mackenzie Mbako with a deep three-pointer gets the scoring started.
Mackenzie Mbako, a very dynamic player for his team. He excels both defensively and offensively, and he drains the three, opening up the scoring in this contest.
On the drive, a kick in the corner. Back out to the top for St. Rose. Matthew Hodge feeds the corner to Panzini. Now back out to the top. One more pass around. There's Peter Morrow. Three-pointer spinned out as Sebastian Robinson pulls down the board. Back out for Mbako. Mackenzie Mbako on the drive, the turnaround, the fadeaway, and Mbako's got 5 quick points for Roselle Catholic.
Roselle Catholic taking the lead in this one against a ranked opponent. Probably one of the toughest teams they played so far in the state of New Jersey.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound tipped around, and it's loose on the deck. Mbako comes up with the rejection. Robinson looking to run. He'll lob it up top for Briscoe, but a bit too far for the big Rich Briscoe to bring it down. Roselle Catholic has defeated top New Jersey competition like the Patrick School and Manasquan. Also have a victory over Immaculate Conception, who's just wrapped up a game against Seton Hall. They led big in that one, did the Lions of Immaculate Conception. Last check, Seton Hall had a lead late in the fourth quarter. Akil Watson the steal. Flips it up ahead for Robinson. Tries to save it, but he was on the baseline out of bounds. It'll go back to St. Rose, so back-to-back turnovers for Roselle Catholic. This is a big week also, Jimmy, for Roselle Catholic. They're playing today here against St. Rose. They're back in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock against Timber Creek Then on Wednesday, right here at the Lions Den, they get Don Bosco, ranked 3rd in New Jersey, with star junior Dylan Harper, as Mbako comes up with the rejection on Panzini. Wilcher looking to run, feeds Mbako just inside the free throw line, left it short. On Friday, Roselle Catholic will host Bergen Catholic, and then on Sunday, they go out to New York to play Long Island Lutheran. So big week upcoming here for the Lions. Down low, the turnaround, count it, and the foul for Matthew Hodge.
As I said before, Mackenzie Mbako, a very dynamic player for this team. Makes a great block attempt. Roselle Catholic's going to have to fine-tune some things, including their passing. They're just tried to go for those lob passes up the court, and they've just been a little bit too hot to handle for some of their players.
Three-point play opportunity by Pete Morrow. And St. Rose is on the board. Mbako down low, Briscoe. Oh, Briscoe almost dropped a poster as we get a foul called on the rebound. It'll be a reach-in foul on St. Rose, but Rich Briscoe nearly sent this place into a frenzy.
Very close contest so far between these two. All the games have been adding up to this very electric atmosphere.
Back out, Simeon Wilcher. Akil Watson trying to get going. Mbako calling for it. As Wilcher, we're going to go isolation here on Brian Ebeling. And an offensive foul is called, an illegal screen on Rich Briscoe. First foul on Briscoe, second team foul on Roselle Catholic. Robinson down holding his ankle from the corner. A three-pointer goes down, and St. Rose has its first lead tonight on the triple from Gio Panzini.
The Beach Boys have come up big in this one. The three-point shot.
And an offensive foul called on Mbako as Panzini takes the charge.
I will send this ball back into the hands of St. Rose, and Roselle facing a little bit of adversity in the first quarter of this contest.
It's a 5-0 run for Roselle Catholic to start. The last 6 points have gone to St. Rose. That ball gets deflected back into the backcourt. On the drive, Wilcher, great defense. Will get a tie up, a jump ball. The arrow keeps it with St. Rose. Tariq Watson comes back into the game for the first time today. He'll replace Rich Briscoe. Be a baseline out of bounds here for St. Rose. Morrow with Robinson on him. 4.5 to play here in the first quarter. Back out to the top. There's a three-pointer on the way off the mark by Panzini. Wilcher calling for it. Robinson picks up his dribble and finds Watson. Down low to Mbako. He's got all 5. Nice find to Robinson, and he's rejected. Robinson gets the offensive rebound. Now they get it to Wilcher, who will take a 3. No good, and a foul called underneath on Roselle Catholic. It'll go on Tariq Watson.
Roselle Catholic undefeated in the state of New Jersey ever since coming back from their tournament out of state. Knock on wood, hopefully they can come up big in this one against this team.
Hodge, hands off, three-pointer on the way, and it goes down from Brian Ebeling. 9-0 run for St. Rose after Roselle Catholic scored the first 5.
Some adulation coming from Belmar St. Rose's team.
Mbako, the three-pointer, and Mackenzie Mbako in one of those grooves. He's got all 8 points for Roselle Catholic. Hodge at the elbow. Trying to find Evan Romano. Instead, that one Deflected off the backboard by Wiltshire. Here's Robinson, the elbow jumper. No, and Bacco, the offensive rebound, gets triple teamed before he finds Akil Watson, who takes a three and can't get it to fall. High-level basketball here at Roselle Catholic. The turnaround, and Bacco might have deflected it. Robinson looking to run for the Lions. Back out for Mbako, down low, Tariq Watson, and Watson got walloped down low, and he'll have free throws upcoming. Brian Ebeling calling for the foul. Tariq Watson going the line to shoot two for Roselle Catholic. Akil Watson checks out. Christian Pierre-Louis into the game for the first time this afternoon for Roselle Catholic. Watson 2 for 2 from the line, and Roselle Catholic back up by 1. It's been a game of runs early on here between Roselle Catholic and St. Rose. Panzini's hit a couple of three-pointers in this first quarter. Hands to Romano, who got it stripped. Wiltshire comes away with the 3-on-2 for Roselle Catholic. Wiltshire to the hole, can't get it to go off the window. Pierre-Louis out to Robinson for three, no good. And then that goes over the backboard out of bounds. It'll go back to the Purple Roses.
Roselle Catholic definitely struggling at the three-point line. Other than Mackenzie and Bacco, they're showing a little bit of difficulty trying to pull up big and get those three-point shots.
And Bacco's got 8 of the 10 for Roselle Catholic as that pass goes into the first row. Unforced turnover there by the Purple Roses. Two minutes left to go here in the opening quarter. Pierre-Louis finds Robinson. Tariq Watson trying to get it to Simeon Wiltshire, can't get it to him. Instead he finds Robinson. Now Mbako. Mbako, tough elbow jumper, but Mackenzie Mbako's got 10 points for Roselle Catholic here in the first 8 minutes. And that one thrown into the Roselle Catholic bench. Couple of unforced turnovers for St. Rose here at the end of this first quarter. Get a substitution. Tyler Cameron comes into the game as Peter Morrow will get a breather. Mbako at the elbow. He's had everything working inside and out. He goes to the basket. He can't get that one to fall, but Mbako going to the free throw line for 2. Foul goes on Matthew Hodge. First foul on Hodge. Freshman Jalen Grant going to check in for Roselle Catholic after this first free throw from Mbako. Mbako gets the free throw to fall. Robinson goes to the bench. Grant comes on, and Mbako with one more free throw. He now has 11 in this first quarter, make it 12. 14-9 lead for Roselle Catholic here against the Purple Roses of St. Rose. Christian Pierre-Louis the steal to the basket, and he's rejected. Oh, what a block from behind by Panzini.
Great block from Panzini, but that's also some great defense from Pierre-Louis, just posting up hard against one of the St. Rose players, and he's just able to manage to strip that ball away from him and get an offensive opportunity there.
Looked like St. Rose head coach Brian Lynch was going to bring Morrow back into the game, but elected to keep him on the bench. Mbako, that's a heat check, and he's got it. Oh, Mackenzie Mbako. Somebody cool this man off. His third three of this first quarter. He's got 15 points for Roselle Catholic.
Kenzie Mbako definitely putting his team on his shoulders this afternoon.
17-9, the Lions lead. Roses work it down low, off the window on the turnaround from Evan Romano. Wiltshire can't save it in the backcourt. A backcourt violation on Roselle Catholic. Morrow will in fact now come back in for St. Rose. Ebeling goes to the bench. Mackenzie Mbako gonna get a breather for Roselle Catholic. He's got 15 for the Lions. That ball's thrown to the backcourt. Who to touch last? It last went off of Morrow, and Christian Pierre-Louis forces the turnover.
Christian Pierre-Louis just definitely making some great defensive strides for his team. He causes a turnover, and the ball will go back into the hands of Roselle Catholic.
Akil Watson to trigger. Gets it in for Simeon Wiltshire. Tariq Watson posting up down low into the lane. The turnaround hook shot goes down. All the Roselle Catholic offense is either Tariq Watson or Mackenzie Mbako. They have all 19 of Roselle Catholic's points. Seven seconds left for St. Rose to work. They'll rise for three, and they'll hit it with Matthew Hodge. 1 second left, and Roselle Catholic cannot get a shot off at the buzzer. We got a good one here in the Lions Den. 19-14, Roselle Catholic on top of St. Rose. Mackenzie Mbako with 15 points for the Lions. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter coming up after this. Roselle Catholic 19-14 against St. Rose. Lions basketball here to start in this second quarter. Kevin Connolly, Jimmy Whalen with you live here on D1 Media Pro. Down low, Tariq Watson, the turnaround, bounces out. Christian Pierre-Louis on the defensive glass, but he couldn't get the layup to go. And then they'll call him for a foul on the reach-in. Perhaps a frustration foul there from Pierre-Louis. Roselle Catholic wanted goaltending on that Pierre-Louis attempted layup. They said the bottom of the basket was hit, but they will not get the call. Jalen Grant comes back out. Mackenzie Mbako back into the game.
Pierre-Louis, you have to give him credit for playing very hard defense. Just a very down in the dirt type player, just getting really hard up against a lot of those St. Rose defenders, and he has just done an excellent job defending and playing very aggressive this game this afternoon.
There's Evan Romano driving, kicks it back out for Tyler Cameron. Hodge from the elbow, passed up on the shot, worked around the perimeter. Romano a three, no good. Pierre-Louis tapped the rebound around. Outlet pass to Mbako, gives it up for Tariq Watson, but good recovery there from Peter Morrow to knock it out of bounds. Akil Watson driving, can't get the whistle through contact. St. Rose back down the other end of the floor, just underway here in this second quarter. There's a deep three-pointer, Morrow too strong. Wiltshire outlet pass, Akil Watson by himself, and he finishes. And a timeout called by St. Rose. Roselle Catholic opens up a 7-point lead, 6:42 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be back after this. St. Rose burns their first timeout of this game. Roselle Catholic has opened up a 7-point lead, and Jimmy Mackenzie Mbako outscoring St. Rose on his own. He has 15. The Purple Roses have 14.
Definitely. I want to make note of the pass by Wiltshire, the UNC D1 basketball commit. Just a great full-court pass to his teammate, and then they put it into the net. And that's just, you got to admire the passing plays and the chemistry between this team.
And Christian Pierre-Louis has really set the tone defensively since entering in this game for Roselle Catholic. Lions bring a double team. Instead, trying to go up for the dunk was Hodge, but they'll get Mbako with the foul.
A lot of really incredibly athletic gentlemen here this afternoon. A lot of them can dunk, a lot of them have the height for it, a lot of them have the chops for it. But you know, it's going to be hard for either of these teams to get a flashy play like that because the amount of blocks and steals in this one has just been crazy.
Hodge connects on the first free throw. Hodge goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Roselle Catholic back down the other way in transition. Wiltshire driving, trying to dump it off to Akil Watson, and it goes out of bounds, but they'll say it was deflected by the Purple Roses. And now a timeout called by Roselle Catholic and head coach Dave Bopp. 6:17 left to go before halftime. Roselle Catholic with a 21-16 lead over St. Rose. Back after the Roselle Catholic timeout, they'll inbound from the baseline. They get it into Sebastian Robinson, who can't hit the three-pointer. St. Rose outlet down the other end of the floor, and there's a basket and a foul. Tyler Cameron and Mackenzie Mbako picks up his second foul.
Although Mackenzie Mbako's gotten his second foul of the game, you have to give him credit for his offensive production and his defense for that matter. He is very tall, very athletic, and he has definitely made a lot of great defensive plays for his team.
Free throw no good, but Mbako on the bench with 2 fouls. Here comes Wiltshire into the lane. They'll bring it back out to the top. Now down low for Briscoe. Briscoe might have gotten away with the travel, but he gets the hook shot to fall. And then that ball goes out of bounds. A miscommunication on the inbounds for St. Rose. Heads back to Roselle Catholic. Wiltshire to inbound down low. Pierre-Louis wide open. And a timeout called by St. Rose. They'll try and get back on the same page as Christian Pierre-Louis finds his first points of the game with the assist from Simeon Wiltshire. 25-18, Roselle Catholic on top of St. Rose. We'll be back after this.
Like family.
25-18, Roselle Catholic on top of St. Rose from Belmar down the shore. They made the trip up here, the Garden State Parkway to Roselle, New Jersey. for the Hearts to Hands Invitational, an annual outstanding event put on here at Roselle Catholic. I'm Kevin Connolly, Jimmy Whalen, so happy to be here this afternoon. 2 games already in the books, this one and still one more to follow. It'll be Gill St. Bernard's against St. Benedict's coming up right around about 4:30, 4:45. We anticipate tip-off of that one. St. Rose burning their second time out. They'll try and feed the back door. They don't take the shot. Back out for Morrow to the free throw line. Tyler Cameron back out for Matthew Hodge, looking to drive. Wilcher stripped his pocket. Outlet pass to Wilcher, and Simeon Wilcher takes flight.
What a dunk from Simeon Wilcher, the UNC commit. Oh my goodness.
First points of the night for Wilcher on the breakaway. Roselle Catholic up by 9, their largest lead today. St. Rose looking for an answer. Trying to back his way into the lane, but a travel called on Ebeling. Evan Romano comes back in for St. Rose. It'll be Ebeling who goes to the bench. There's Wilcher at the free throw line, out of contact, and Simeon Wilcher is going to the line to shoot 2. So Wilcher, after the breakaway dunk, got free at the elbow and got rammed into, and now he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Just the 4th team foul on St. Rose, Roselle Catholic, with 17 fouls with 4:55 left to go here in the first half. Wilcher connects on the first free throw, and Roselle Catholic leads by 10. Christian Pierre-Louis really set the tone defensively in this game when he entered midway through the first quarter. He will get a breather as Jalen Grant comes into the game to replace him. Wilcher 1 for 2 from the line. Panzini the handoff, back out for Morrow at the top. Romano spinning, working on Briscoe, couldn't get around him. Robinson the rebound. Up ahead for Akil Watson, stepping through the lane, and got it blocked from behind by Panzini. Roselle Catholic ball on the baseline, leading by 10. Brian Ebeling back into the game. Romano goes to the bench. Wilcher throws it into the top for Robinson. Sebastian Robinson, Akil Watson open in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound tap, Briscoe rises above everybody, and then they'll get a jump ball. The arrow sends it to St. Rose. Romano back in, Cameron to the bench. Morrow the handoff. Ebeling the drive over Briscoe and got it to go. There's Jalen Grant, the freshman, into the lane. The floater left it short, an air ball right into the hands of Panzini. Outlet pass for Hodge. Hodge in the corner, Morrow a 3. High arcing shot, no good. Briscoe affected it, and then a foul on the rebound against St. Rose as they tripped up Robinson. 8-point Roselle Catholic lead, 3:40 to go here in the second quarter. Tariq Watson, backdoor for Wilcher, tiptoeing that baseline, somehow stayed in bounds as Akil Watson drives, couldn't finish, but then he was the first to touch it after he went out of bounds. It'll be a Roselle Catholic turnover, and it goes back to St. Rose. (28-20), Lions lead over the Purple Roses. Morrow with Watson on him, looking to drive. Wilcher poked his pocket. There comes Robinson. Down low to Tariq Watson. Free throw line, pull up, and air ball. A couple of air balls from in close for Roselle Catholic in their last couple possessions. And currently without Mackenzie Mbako on the bench with 2 fouls. Christian Pierre-Louis come back in at the next whistle for the Lions. Morrow, Hodge fumbled it, got it right back, sends it back out. A wing 3, rattles home from Brian Ebeling. Down the other way, Watson the answer. First triple of the game from Akil Watson. The Roselle Catholic leads back up to 8. There it's Morrow on the drive. Got it to go with Tariq Watson draped all over him. Robinson off the window, no. St. Rose looking to run. There's Romano with the step. Lost his handle, goes to the deck, feeds the corner. A 3 is way too strong, an air ball. Wilcher controls the loose ball. Now he's looking to run. Wilcher into the lane, and he's going to the free throw line. Simeon Wilcher gets fouled, and he'll go back to the line for 2.
Simeon Wilcher, a great drive from him as he drives towards the paint, trying to do what he can to get around as many black jerseys as possible. He draws the foul and comes up with a big play and looks to extend RC's lead this afternoon.
Pierre-Louis back into the game for Grant. So Wilcher with 1 more from the line, and he goes 2 for 2. So Simeon Wilcher up to 5 points in this first half as Roselle Catholic leads 33-25. Pierre-Louis the steal. The defensive menace will throw it down. Oh, Christian Pierre-Louis, his fingerprints are all over this first half for Roselle Catholic.
What a play from Pierre-Louis. Defense and offense just firing on all cylinders for him.
3-pointer banked in on a Saturday from Ebeling. Roselle Catholic looking to run with Wilcher, who was trying to throw one down. The rebound comes out to Pierre-Louis, who is fouled on his way to the basket. Look at a foul on St. Rose. St. Rose fans in attendance can't believe it. Roselle Catholic fans making some noise. Great environment here in the Lions Den. Christian Pierre-Louis, after his breakaway dunk, back to the line to shoot free throws. Pierre-Louis knocks down the first free throw. One for 2 from the line. Watson grabs the offensive rebound, loose on the deck, and then we get a foul underneath. Looks like they're gonna get the foul. It'll be on St. Rose, and Tariq Watson's gonna shoot a 1-and-1. That's a 7th team foul on the Purple Roses. So a 1-and-1 for Tariq Watson. Roselle Catholic back up by 8. Led by as many as 11 in this first half. And Watson short on the first as St. Rose controls the defensive rebound. Morrow cannot shake free of Pierre-Louis. He forces a jump ball, and the arrow sends it to Roselle Catholic. Oh, what a defensive first half from Christian Pierre-Louis.
Christian Pierre-Louis sticks to his offender like glue. The man-to-man strategy has proven to be very effective for him this afternoon. His man has just had so much trouble to produce as he has stuck to them and has stayed square to their body as he forces the jump ball and gives possession back to Roselle Catholic.
So it'll be Lions ball with 50 seconds to go here in this first half. Pierre-Louis setting the tone defensively for the Lions. Down low, Tariq Watson recontrols, back out Wilcher. Thought about shooting a three there from Chapel Hill. Wilcher with Morrow on him. Akil Watson in the corner. Three-pointer, no, and then a foul is called. Akil Watson going to the line to shoot three for Roselle Catholic. Foul goes on Evan Romano. 30 seconds even left to play here in the second quarter.
Roselle Catholic has had the edge in this contest. St. Rose had a very brief 1-point lead in the first quarter of this one.
Watson misses the first free throw. It's the third foul on Evan Romano as well. He'll come out of the game after this next free throw as Gio Panzini will come in for him, but Watson missing on the first and connecting on the second. Gil Watson with one more, and he goes 2 for 3 from the line. 10-point lead for Roselle Catholic. 30 seconds to play here in this first half. Morrow finds Ebeling, who's hit a couple of threes in this first half, and he dribbles it out of bounds. Roselle Catholic has turned up the pressure defensively, and St. Rose has no answer. 15 seconds left for the Lions. Looks like they'll hold for one. Wilcher looking to go off the dribble. 5 seconds left for Wilcher to work. He's got Ebeling right on him. Wilcher for three. In and out. And that will do it for the end of the first half. But Roselle Catholic takes a 10-point lead into the halftime locker room. And Mackenzie Mbako, 15 points in that first quarter, but didn't play a lot in the second quarter because of 2 fouls.
Definitely, and I think he set the pace offensively for his team. The team was struggling to find any sort of offensive opportunity. Mackenzie Mbako coming up big, Pierre-Louis coming up big defensively, and I think that just as a whole, Mackenzie Mbako and Pierre-Louis have given this team the spark that they've needed to be successful in the first quarter. Leading by 10, Roselle Catholic.
38-28, we'll step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. Be back with the second half right after this on D1 Media Pro.
And he go to the air again, and there. And that's a touchdown. That's order.
Gordon, back to pass. Gonna throw a deep ball, far side. Caught! Touchdown! Nasir Addison on the reception. And Irvington jumps out on top. It's 6-0 Blue Knights. 9:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Oliver from the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a passing play. They'll work easy to Phillips. Phillips got a lot of yards. He's to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Nice run there by James.
He drops back. Little pressure. He comes up, he throws it deep. And it's a flag on the play, along with the reception.
A lot of time to make a play.
3rd down and long. There's a pass play, and it's intercepted. Eric Perez with the pick. Can he go to the house? He lost the ball. He recovered it. What's the sign?
That's Smothers saying, look at him go. He just broke through the whole defense.
That's why.
He looked like he's going to take that to the house right there. That's a touchdown. He didn't even cut.
Touchdown Cougars.
That's the most dynamic play I've seen all year.
Number 3, Timmons.
That play's got.
They snap this lead. They'll run a trick play. They'll throw it along. He catches it. They win! A trick play from St. Peter's Prep wins it in overtime. J.D. Farkas looking to work in. There's a stutter step. He lines up, and we're tied at 3. Camacho with 6. Armstrong the steal, all by himself, take flight, Mark Armstrong! Oh, that's how the 3rd quarter ends, with an exclamation point from the Villanova-bound senior. Last minute of play here in the 1st period. Marauders walk in at the circle, they'll send one and they score! Oliver Harag gets the Marauders on the board with 56 seconds left to play in the 1st period. Walk in here. Payoff pitch is smoked out to left. Rapinski gives Prep a 2-0 lead. He took the payoff pitch and belted it way out of here. The designated hitter stays hot for the Marauders, and Prep's up by 2. Thomason, handoff, has room. He's got the first down. He stays on his feet. Thomason dives. Touchdown! First title since 2016. Phillips with numbers 3-on-1. The finish and a 4-point Pirate lead. Pitch is hit in the air, right field. Reed going back on it. He's still back. He's looking up, and it one hopped up against the wall. On his way to score is Harcourt. Heading to 3rd is Sprock. He'll put the brakes on and scamper back to 2nd base. There's a shot and a goal! Charles Giordano to put Seton Hall Prep up 2, and they're 5:37 away. Up by 2. They have a 2-on-1. The puck is jarred free. Mendoza scores! The puck was knocked free right to the stick of Rocco Mendoza, and it's 4-1 Pirates. Glover, 1-on-1 with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy. To the corner, Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wilcher lays it in. Wilcher to the hole. Simeon Wilcher starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for 1.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move.
Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go at the buzzer. Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
No business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.
Welcome back here to Roselle Catholic at the Hearts to Hands showcase on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. The Lions with a 38-28 lead against St. Rose at the end of 2 quarters of play. Kevin Connolly, Jimmy Whalen with you here on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. And Jimmy, for Roselle Catholic, it was 15 points from Mackenzie Mbako in that first quarter. And then defensively, Christian Pierre-Louis absolutely set the tone in that second quarter.
Definitely 2 very special players for this team this afternoon. And that, I think, is the reason why Roselle Catholic has had the spark they've had and the offensive opportunities they've had and the lead that they've had for the majority of the first half of this game.
They led by as many as 11 in that first half. St. Rose led by as many as 4, 9-5. Post-entry pass there to Peter Morrow, working on Mbako with those 2 fouls and gets around him to finish. Simeon Wilcher started to get going after that scoreless first quarter, and he finishes high off the window.
Simeon Wilcher, very graceful looking shot from him, just putting that ball perfectly on the backboard and into the bottom of the net.
Back down low to Morrow, now has Briscoe on him. Morrow backing down Briscoe, can't get it to go, but free for the follow was Evan Romano. Roselle Catholic looking to run, see how quickly they get Mackenzie Mbako involved here in this third quarter. Robinson on the drive, tried to feed Briscoe down low, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Roselle Catholic. Off the curl, Robinson back out to the top for Akil Watson. There's Mbako, did not miss a shot in that first quarter, and right on cue, the announcers jinx as Mbako misses the long 2. St. Rose fights the rebound away. There's Morrow, who flushes it home with 2. Watson
advantage there.
In the corner, 3, no. Briscoe, the offensive rebound, got it knocked out of his hands, but it'll stay with Roselle Catholic. Simeon Wilcher tying his shoe at half court. Roselle Catholic basketball inbounding from the baseline. St. Rose back within 6 early in this third quarter, thanks to 2 impressive buckets by Peter Morrow. Wilcher works free, but he traveled. So Wilcher calls for the walk. It goes back to St. Rose. On the drive, Morrow lost the handle into the hands of Briscoe. Wilcher looking to run, feeding down low, and Watson wasn't ready for the pass. Six-point Roselle Catholic lead. St. Rose trying from downtown. Unable to get it to go was Panzini as Briscoe picks up the loose ball in the corner. Here's Mbako off the dribble, straight to the hole, and sends it back out for Wilcher. Wilcher tried to feed it to Robinson, couldn't get it to him and threw it out of bounds. Roselle Catholic trying to say it was tipped, but they're not going to get the call. And then a timeout has been called by St. Rose, so they only have 2 timeouts remaining with 5:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Roselle Catholic up 40-34 against St. Rose. So St. Rose with just 2 timeouts remaining here for the rest of regulation will have the basketball within 6 of Roselle Catholic. 2 top 10 teams in New Jersey. St. Rose lost its first game of the season earlier this week on the road against Manasquan. Roselle Catholic trying to defeat another top-ranked New Jersey team here this season. All their losses have come against out-of-state competition for the Lions. In the corner, a shot fake got Mbako in the air. Briscoe with the recovery and the rejection. Morrow can't get around Briscoe. Instead, hands in the corner. Nearly a travel there for Romano. Now it's Panzini. Out for Hodge, and the handoff for Morrow. Back to Hodge. Nothing doing for St. Rose here on this possession. Pierre Louis, the defensive stalwart, coming in at the next whistle for Roselle Catholic. In the corner, Watson saves it. Wilcher running. Here come the Lions. Simeon Wilcher off the window, count it, and the foul. Simeon Wilcher, a chance for 3 at the line.
The strip, the drive, and the swish for Simeon Wilcher, and he'll go for his 3rd point and that fantastic display of athleticism.
And what a swing for Roselle Catholic as Wilcher cannot hit the free throw. Here comes Hodge. Backdoor find, and Mbako, his presence altered the missed layup from Ebeling. Back for Mbako, down low. Tariq Watson fumbled it out of bounds. They'll say Watson touched it last. .42-34, Roselle Catholic on top. Mbako the steal, and then he's fouled off the steal. It was a reach-in by Ebeling. And Jimmy, this Roselle Catholic defense getting steal after steal nearly at will against the backcourt of St. Rose.
Exactly, and I think that St. Rose has definitely needs to be more cautious of the types of passes that they're going to have to make. Roselle Catholic just relentless with their defensive play, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Watson trying to get rid of it, finds Robinson. Watson posting up, down low. Oh, what a move from Tariq Watson.
Tariq Watson displaying his big body there, just effortlessly moving around. The 360 layup, just an absolute great play from him.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Morrow for three, the answer. Or check that was Matthew Hodge, my apologies. Mbako wide open at the elbow. He's not gonna miss that shot. Mbako, his first points since the first quarter. He now has 17. Hodge picked up his dribble. They're able to get it to Romano. Romano working on Robinson, hanging and getting fouled. I think they'll get Pierre Louis with the foul, and they will. Be free throws upcoming from Evan Romano with 2:21 left to go in the third quarter. Two for two from the line goes Romano. Two big free throws for St. Rose. There's Wilcher out to Robinson. Robinson looking for his first points of the night, and he's got them. Back to a 9-point lead for Roselle Catholic with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Open, Morrow over the outstretched arms of Mbako, who might have deflected it. There's Mackenzie Mbako in transition for three. And a timeout called after the triple. Mbako's got 20 with 1:42 to go here in the third quarter. 51-39. Roselle Catholic on top, their largest lead tonight.
Glover, one-on-one with the basket. Oh, Jaden Glover! With the windmill to send this place into a frenzy. And
to the corner, Lawrence. No-look pass, and Wilcher lays it in.
Wilcher to the hole. Simeon Wilcher starting to heat up. He's got 4 points, and Roselle Catholic leads by 11.
Watson to his brother, and Tariq is fouled and hits it. They'll go to the line for one.
They'll pick it up, the clock will move. Lawrence with Adams on him, lost his footing, gets a shot up, and he gets it to go at the buzzer. Jamarcus Lawrence, a big first quarter for the Nebraska commit.
Roselle Catholic calls a timeout after the Mackenzie Mbako three-pointer. They lead 51-39 over St. Rose. Final stages of this third quarter. Mackenzie Mbako, 15 points in the first quarter, and now he's got 5 here in the third. 20 points on the afternoon so far from the Duke signee. The St. Rose have an answer. They'll go to Matthew Hodge, who will drive and lost it underneath the basket. Robinson looking to run, throws it up for Mbako. Oh, that was a pass to Watson, who finished. Mbako realized he couldn't throw it down, saw the trailing Tariq Watson, and dropped it off for the big man to get his 2 points.
Generating something out of nothing there. What
and
a
here
play.
We go. Wilcher to Mbako for the layup. And Roselle Catholic running away here from St. Rose.
Roselle Catholic has stepped on the gas, and they have not held back in this one. Mackenzie Mbako, just an outstanding performance from him, creating something out of nothing in that pass. Just a great player, a great team.
And he converged on the steal, and then Robinson was pushed in the back by St. Rose. It's a Purple Roses foul, and with 32.8 on the clock here in the third quarter, it's going back to Roselle Catholic. Robinson will check out. Jalen Grant comes in. A couple of subs for St. Rose as well. Jackson Gordon makes his first appearance in the game today, and Brian Ebeling comes back in as well. .20 seconds left here for Roselle Catholic. Pierre-Louis finds Mbako. Mbako picks up his dribble. He'll take the three. He made it. No shot. Foul on the floor before the three-pointer. Mbako wants 3 more points. He wants that to fall. Head coach Dave Boff also saying Mbako was in the act of shooting, but they say no shot. So a foul on the floor. It's on St. Rose. It'll be Roselle Catholic ball inbounding from the baseline. Pierre-Louis will trigger. Trying to get it into Watson, and a foul before the ball was inbounded. So that's the 5th team foul on St. Rose. Now the inbounds comes in to Watson, backing his way. That's a pull-up, and Tariq Watson gets it to go. And Roselle Catholic all of a sudden leads by 18. St. Rose looking for an answer. Pull up 3. Oh, and devoured by Mbako. Wilcher taps it ahead, and he cannot get the shot off at the buzzer. But Mackenzie Mbako, Simeon Wilcher, and the Watsons getting it done on both ends of the floor. 57-39. Roselle Catholic on top of St. Rose. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this here on D1 Media Pro.
Oh, come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Start of the fourth quarter here between Roselle Catholic and St. Rose. Kevin Connolly, Jimmy Whalen with you here. Game number 3 of the day from the Hearts to Hands showcase here inside the Lions Den at Roselle Catholic. And the Lions, a strong third quarter, have built an 18-point lead. Oh, the Watsons, the brotherly connection, and Akil's going to the free throw line. Jimmy, that third quarter, look at Mackenzie Mbako getting back on track.
Just some great play from him. Just the team overall has has really dug themselves a great, well, they haven't dug themselves a hole. The other teams have kind of dug themselves in a hole. You know, when you're facing the top-ranked team in the state of New Jersey and a nationally ranked team for that matter, you cannot hold back. And just taking your foot off the gas pedal even for a slight second has definitely cost St. Rose some points here in this one.
Yeah, and St. Rose obviously not at full strength today without freshman Jaden Hodge out with an illness as Akil Watson misses both free throws. But this St. Rose team has battled. They're going to need a big-time comeback here in these final 8 minutes to pull off the upset on the road against Roselle Catholic. Tyler Cameron with Hodge right there. Open for three is Panzini, and he gets it to go. Panzini's first points of the second half after hitting a pair of three-pointers back in the first half. Mbako, does he have the answer? Mbako is stuck on automatic. Oh, it feels like Mackenzie Mbako could go for 50 today if he wanted to. St. Rose trying to answer, no. Ball right into the hands of Mbako. Outlet for Wilcher. Up top for Watson. Down low, the reverse, no. Wilcher tapped it around. Back out for Akil Watson. They leave Akil Watson open. The floater, no. Mbako trying for the putback slam, but couldn't corral the rebound. Morrow, back out. Cameron, a three, no. All the way halfway down and out. And then we have a tie-up. They'll call a jump ball, and the arrow keeps it with St. Rose.
Mackenzie Mbako, a sharp shooter, a sharp blocker. He seems to be sharp on everything this afternoon as he has just exploded.
And then that ball is thrown right to the scorer's table out of bounds. 25 points for Mackenzie Mbako with still 6:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. Here comes Simeon Wilcher right into the lane, and he's fouled. Seventh team foul on St. Rose. Lions in the bonus, just one team foul on Roselle Catholic here in this second half. Wilcher in the act of shooting, so he'll have two. 9 points for Simeon Wilcher here today, now make it 10. Wilcher 2 for 2 from the line, and Roselle Catholic leads by 20. It's their largest lead here today. Ball sent down low, and then they'll get Wilcher on a reach-in. Gill St. Bernard's and St. Benedict's coming up next, right at probably around 4:45-ish here on D1 Media Pro. Hodge rises for three, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch off of St. Rose. It goes back to Roselle Catholic. Sebastian Robinson, Christian Pierre-Louis come back on for the Lions. Jalen Grant, Tariq Watson won't get a breather. St. Rose now trying to pick up full court. They do force a steal, and then Wilcher rejects it at the summit. St. Rose wants a goaltend, but that was a clean block at the apex from Simeon Wilcher. Hodge backing down Robinson into the lane, kicks it back out. Cameron passes up on the three with Mbako right in front of him. Morrow creating separation. No foul called, and he gets the bucket to go. Robinson saves it in the corner, and Roselle Catholic in trouble. They will call for a timeout. 5:34 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 62-44. The Lions are on top of the Purple Roses. Back here at Roselle Catholic, 5:34 to go in this fourth quarter. Lions with an 18-point lead against St. Rose, and then we're going to get an illegal or a push called on Rich Briscoe trying to work free off the inbounds. So Roselle Catholic immediately turns it over. Eighteen-point game, under 5.5 to go. Hodge backing down Wilcher, and Wilcher fouls him, and Hodge going to the line to shoot two. A lot of the Roselle Catholic players with blood all over their jersey. Simeon Wilcher now has it, Mackenzie Mbako had it, Jalen Grant has it, so you would imagine somebody bleeding on St. Rose. That's getting the blood on all these jerseys for Roselle Catholic. And now they're checking all the St. Rose players to see who's the one that's bleeding that's on all the Roselle Catholic jerseys. I don't think they found anybody just yet. They're checking now Matthew Hodge.
I think that might be a testament to how physical and how competitive.
It is in fact Hodge who is bleeding. Looks like he got cut around his wrist. So they'll bring Hodge to the bench to put a Band-Aid on him and clean up the cut, because there's one thing I noticed, especially when Wilcher just came to the Roselle Catholic bench with blood on his jersey. So on Mbako, after that last Roselle Catholic timeout, he had to stay on the bench to get his jersey cleaned up. Jalen Grant had blood on the back of his jersey, and then Wilcher coming over with blood on his jersey. Somebody was obviously bleeding out there, but now they find the culprit in Matthew Hodge, so he'll get his wrist taped and head back to the free throw line.
Those white jerseys, you want to keep those dots of red off those clean white jerseys Roselle Catholic is wearing, representing for their team.
So Hodge at the free throw line, and he knocks down the first. Hodge 2 for 2 at the line. Roselle Catholic bringing up the floor with Robinson. Now it's Pierre Louis straight to the basket. Wilcher open in the corner for three. Simeon Wilcher heating up after a scoreless first quarter. And the UNC signee putting on a show as Hodge is fouled once again. It was Watson who slapped him across the arm. $14 points for Simeon Wilcher, 25 points for Mackenzie Mbako as Hodge gets the first free throw to roll in. Hodge 2 for 2 from the line, made his last 4 free throws. There's Pierre Louis to Robinson. Bullet pass down low to Akil Watson. Dumps it off for Rich Briscoe, who will send it back to the top. Wilcher calling for it. We'll pull it back out. Wilcher at half court. 4:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Wilcher driving and one. Simeon Wilcher. Oh, this kid's putting on a show. here against St. Rose.
Simeon Wilcher goes for the dunk attempt. Doesn't matter, gets bobbled around. In the net for this UNC commit. Just some great athleticism from him, being able to jump over several players. Just the hops from this kid are just out of this world.
He was going to drop the hammer. The body control to change his arm angle midair and still make the layup to go through contact. And now he's at the line to complete the three-point play. And he does, to push the Roselle Catholic lead back up to 20. (68-48). St. Rose in a world of trouble now. Looks like they're going to drop back-to-back games, as now they will call a timeout with 4:11 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 68-48, Roselle Catholic on top of St. Rose. Don't go anywhere. Final 4 minutes coming up after this. (68-48), Roselle Catholic on top of St. Rose. It's the Purple Roses with just one timeout left here in this fourth quarter, trailing by 20. Kevin Connolly, Jimmy Whalen with you here on D1 Media Pro. Third game of the day, still one more to come, as we will see St. Benedict's take on Gill St. Bernard's coming up next, probably around 4:45, 5 o'clock. Probably closer approximation of a start time for that one. Fumbling the ball near the baseline was Ebeling. That's a nice find, and the reverse layup goes from Morrow. Strong second half here from Peter Morrow. He's got 8 points. There's Simeon Wilcher to the basket, and he's fouled on the way up. Simeon Wilcher taking over this second half for Roselle Catholic. Tone was set by Mackenzie Mbako's 15 first quarter points, but Simeon Wilcher has 17, 12 of them here in the second half. And now that was the fifth foul on Brian Ebeling. So he's fouled out with 3:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Tyler Cameron will come back into the game. And no, check that. The foul was on Evan Romano. That's his fifth. So Romano, the only one that stayed on the free throw blocks instead of going to the huddle with St. Rose head coach Brian Lynch. It's Romano the one that fouls out. And Cameron comes in for him. Wilcher at the line for 2 shots. Wilcher 2 for 2 from the line, up to 19 points. Hange gives it up for Panzini. Back for Morrow, looking to drive on Pierre Louis. Might have gotten away with a travel, but they call a foul underneath. So a foul called. They'll get Pierre Louis. He can't believe it. Everyone in the gym thought that was a travel. They'll say the foul was on the floor. It's a 16 foul on Roselle Catholic, so the next one would put St. Rose at the line. Pierre Louis and Akil Watson check out. Morrow finds Panzini. Panzini's had 3 triples, but they've been quiet. That three-pointer no good. Simeon Wilcher, home run pass for Mbako. Mbako the jam to put this game away. My goodness, Mackenzie Mbako, 27 points on the day. Nearly came away with a steal as the layup goes for Matthew Hodge. Under 3 minutes left to play. Roselle Catholic gonna come away with a victory. Tariq Watson adds to his stat line. And Tariq Watson quietly having a really strong day for Roselle Catholic. He's got 12 points. That ball just thrown back out to the perimeter. Cameron comes down with it. Panzini a 3, his 4th of the game.
Roselle Catholic obviously not coming out of this game crazy, but ever since the game has rolled on, they just have...
Wilcher, another three-pointer. And the offense is rolling now for Roselle Catholic. (77-55). The Lions are on top at three-pointers and air ball. Tariq Watson, the outlet for Mbako. One more to Robinson. Pass was a touch behind him. Now he'll rise for 3, no good. And Hodge pulls down the rebound. Roselle Catholic back in action tomorrow afternoon against Timber Creek. Watch it live right here on D1 Media Pro. It's a 4 p.m. tip-off. And then a massive week as Simeon Wilcher and Mackenzie Mbako will check out. 21 points for Wilcher, 27 for Mbako. 1-1 on the foul call. It'll be Peter Morrow at the line. Roselle Catholic battles with Don Bosco on Wednesday and Bergen Catholic on Friday and Long Island Lutheran on Sunday. So the schedule going to get tougher for the Lions as that pass sails out of bounds. Peter Morrow checks out for St. Rose. Jalen Grant, Kenny Mao back in for Roselle Catholic with 1:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. Reminder, St. Benedict's and Gill St. Bernard's coming up about 15 minutes after the completion of this game as we get another foul underneath. It'll be free throws for St. Rose. Free throw no good there by Jackson Gordon. Ethan Mbako going to come into the game for Roselle Catholic as Sebastian Robinson will get a breather. So it's Ethan Mbako, Grant, Tariq Watson, Briscoe, and Mao out there on the floor for the Lions for these final 65 seconds. The second free throw is good from Gordon. Really balanced effort from Roselle Catholic here this afternoon. It was Wilcher and Mbako, the headliners, but Jimmy, what more can you say about the defense of Christian Pierre-Louis and the contributions from Akil and Tariq Watson as well?
I definitely think that although those two players you just mentioned have been incredible, they just overall have just...
That one rejected by Briscoe.
An even effort by the entire team, and it took a team effort, I think, to win this game without the defense from Pierre-Louis, and I think without some of the other great plays some of these other players have made. I think that this win would have been a little bit harder to come. You can never always lean on two players, and basketball is a team sport, and it's shown here this afternoon.
Now Sean Kennedy kicks it back out. A three-pointer is no good. Briscoe the rebound, and Roselle Catholic will just dribble this one out. 77-56 will be your final score. Roselle Catholic is going to defeat St. Rose here in a top 10 showdown in New Jersey. It was Mackenzie Mbako leading the way with 27, Simeon Wilcher with 21, and the final horn sounds 77-56. The Lions defeat St. Rose. See if we can be joined by Simeon Wilcher before they head back into the locker room. Sim. So now we'll be joined by Simeon Wilcher.
Oh, I feel famous like this.
So here with Simeon Wilcher. Simeon, 21 points, a win over St. Rose. What was this performance like for you guys?
I feel like we needed this. Coming off of the loss that we had last week, we all, in practice, we all wanted to fight back and really show what we could do, especially on the defensive side. I feel like we've been lacking on that side a lot this year, so we got out there and showed them that we could do the defensive side too.
What about Christian Pierre-Louis? Really set the tone defensively for you guys in the second quarter.
Yeah, he started it off for us from the rip. We always tell him, like, just do what he does best, and I feel like he's the best defender that we have and the best defender in New Jersey. So as long as he stays like that, I feel like it's hard for anybody to beat us.
Big week coming up for you guys. You're back at it tomorrow against Timber Creek, and then Bosco and Bergen and Lehigh await next week. What's this stretch going to be like for you guys?
It's going to be fun. We get to compete. We get to show everybody what we can really do, because we've been hearing a whole bunch of negative stuff from people outside of our collective. So we just want to show everybody that we're the best team out there.
Simeon, appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the week. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate you, boss.
There's Simeon Wilcher, win for Roselle Catholic. Gill St. Bernard's and St. Benedict's coming up next here on D1 Media Pro.